All right, guys, I'm going to show you this drone. All right, so this is the P8 drone, and it's a low price drone, but most people are not reviewing this thing in English, so I'm going to actually review it. I got it for Christmas here. Let's check it out. So it comes in a nice carrying case. Looks a lot like it looks a lot like a Tiny Hawk. It looks a lot like a Tiny Hawk in the case. You know, it's got this, and so nice presentation in the case. Let's pick the drone up. Wow, that is light. That is really, really light. I'm not even kidding. It's light like that. It's light like a piece of paper. Now there's no battery in it, but still, that's lighter than a. It's lighter than a Tello without the battery. It's so light. I mean, a Tello is pretty light without a battery, and this thing, look at this. This is a pretty big drone. It's about as big as my hand, and the propellers are a lot bigger than a Tello, and it's much lighter. It's a little bit lighter than a Tello without a battery. It's really, really, really light. Can't believe it. Batteries are just a 1S, so that may be something that is not going to be great for performance, but we'll see. There's your weight right there. Nice standard controller, looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. And what else we got here? We've got some extras. Looks like prop guards, the sticks for the controller, and charging cable, little tools, and extra gears. I've never seen that. Have you? Extra gears. Wow, that means it's going to strip the gears. I guess it means it's like going to strip these plastic gears. Where the frick would they go, though? Probably they're inside of this, I'm thinking. I'll investigate that a little bit more and let you know. Instructions. All right, and then we're going to show you how it flies. The camera, what's interesting about this, it's supposed to have optical avoidance, obstacle avoidance, and with optics here, and I guess it does. Looks like it does. I mean, those look like they're real to me. The back ones might not be. Let me look real close. No, one is, one isn't. That looks real. If I can see anything up in there, not yet. But that does look like a real lens in there on the one side. And then on this side over here, that also looks like a real lens. So I don't know if it works, the obstacle avoidance. Another thing about the camera is, one of the reasons I got this is you can control this camera during the flight. Now it looks like a gimbal, it's not a gimbal. So you can pitch it down or pitch it up during the flight. Now, if you have a fixed camera drone like this, there is something you can do. As long as the camera's image is pretty good, you can do something to get a decent image out of it. There's no SD card slot, I don't think, which is that's gonna limit what I can do with it, because it means I can't get far away. But you basically move the drone through the shot and keep the power on and steady. Please, guys, don't. Everybody who reviews these drones, I don't know what they're doing. They're doing this stuff, which is what we do when we first learned to fly drones. So if you're spinning around like that, it makes for a terrible image. So you're going to basically set up a shot and fly in and through the shot. Because that actually, if your power's on, it's going to keep the wind from buffeting the drone around and knocking it. You might get a little bit of jitter, but it's really going to stable out all that, it's going to stabilize all that buffeting. If it's sitting still, you're going to see it fight the wind, right? You're going to get all this kind of movement like this. But if you're pulling through a shot like this, or pulling back, or even going sideways like this, you can get a decent shot. We'll let you see in the videos I make. All right, so the color inside is pretty true, and things are pretty sharp. So Outside, with the amount of light that you'll get out there, I think it'll work pretty good. Look, I'm moving the camera up and down here. I'm very impressed with this. I did not expect to get visual this good. The color is pretty darn decent. I know that you're seeing the laundry here, but you can even see in the distance, you can see close up. Of course, I'm flying in the house, so I'm being a little careful not to. Notice the ground positioning camera is actually working because it wants to fly back to where it was. It recognizes the ground below it and it wants to actually hold there. And I'm afraid to pull the stick over all the way because I don't want to roll over to the wall. So I'm trying to do it gently. But really, things are pretty sharp. Better than a tele camera. So this is the real video coming out of that camera. And of course it's coming through the Wi-Fi, but it looks pretty clean. And I bet as long as you stay relatively close to the drone, the image is going to be pretty good in this drone. And it's only $85, so it's pretty good. Plus, with all that obstacle avoidance and ground positioning camera, and I guess what else does it have on it? It's got the ability to move the gimbal. Geez, I'm pretty shocked at the quality that you're getting out of $85 now. It does not have any GPS, so that's going to be a drawback. And I'll let you know if the thing flies away from me. All right, guys. I hope this helped. At least I'm showing you what the actual camera looks like.